Hello and welcome to my channel Chemistry Drive with Najmunisa. Students, hope you are doing well. In my previous video I have told you about chemical reactions and its types. तो बच्चों आज मैं आपको बताने जा रही हूँ how to balance a chemical equation, क्योंकि इन्हीं equations को बैलेंस करने के लिए आपको बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम फेस करनी पड़ती है कई बार, और अगर हम इस प्रॉब्लम्स को सॉल्व कर लेते हैं और इसका बिल्कुल बेसिक फंडा आपको बताते हैं, so you'll be able to solve a lot more chemical equations. So let's start. Chemical equation. What is chemical equation? That is the method of balancing an equation. Now first of all we should know how to balance a chemical equation, but before that we should know what is actually a chemical equation. A chemical equation, it consists of two parts. One is the reactants and the other is the product. So the substances that are going to react, they are reactants, and the substances that will be produced after a chemical reaction, new substances, they will be known as products. For example, if suppose A and B, they are reactants, then they will react to give you C and D or a lot more products. So this is how a chemical equation can be represented. We'll be studying more about it. For example, we have to react to zinc and sulfuric acid. And what happens when zinc and sulfuric acid reacts to produce zinc sulfate and hydrogen. So in this equation, zinc and sulfuric acid, they are the reactants, and zinc sulfate plus hydrogen, they are the products. So we can say that according to this equation, the reactant should be written on the left side and the product should be written on the right side. So zinc reacts with sulfuric acid to give you zinc sulfate plus hydrogen. So this is how you are going to write any chemical equation. A chemical equation, how to balance it? Let's have a look at it. So in balancing a chemical equation, we should categorize into three columns: the number of atoms present in it, what are the reactants, or how many atoms of a particular substance is present there. Similarly, in products also, we are going to consider how many atoms of this particular substance is present. So in this way we are going to balance it. So in the equation, first suppose the number of atoms, if I just write this equation, I am repeating it. So this, according to this equation, you can see the number of atoms: zinc here 1, here also 1. Okay, this is shown. Then in the case of hydrogen, we see 2 atoms of hydrogen here, 2 are also present, so it is balanced. Then as 1 sulfur atom is present here, again 1 sulfur atom is present, so it is also balanced. And now for oxygen, it's the number of atoms is 4, here also it is 4, so we can say this equation is balanced. Now what is unbalanced equation? If you just look at this equation, H2 plus O2 gives you H2O. Here the number of oxygen atom is 1 and here it is 2. So such type of the equation is not balanced, it is unbalanced. So whenever we find unbalanced equation, we have to balance it. What are the steps to balance a chemical equation? First of all, write down the chemical equation in the form of word equation. So first of all thing is that you just write the equation in the form of words, like zinc plus sulfuric acid gives you zinc sulfate plus hydrogen, or water plus oxygen gives you water. Just write it down in the form of words. After that, then provide the symbols to it. Okay, then you just provide the symbols and write down the formula of the substances formed. Then balance the equation by multiplying the symbols with the lowest possible number. आपको जो possible lowest number है उससे multiply कीजिए. Then make the equation informative by adding whether the substance is present in solid, liquid or gaseous phase. वो substance आपका liquid है तो write down liquid, then gaseous or solid phase accordingly. Then this is how you are going to write. And one more thing, whether the reaction is endothermic or exothermic. These all are details. Whether the reaction is taking place in the form of a catalyst, you also mention all these things. Now example of balancing the equation. You see that methane here reacts with oxygen to produce carbon dioxide and water. So first we'll see here the number of hydrogen atoms are 4 and here it is 2. So first we will balancing the hydrogen atoms by multiplying the water with 2. So we have multiplied this water with 2. Okay. Now after multiplying this, we have come to know that the number of oxygen is now, here they are 4 and here they are only 2. So we are going to balance it by multiplying oxygen with 2. So now you see this equation is wholly balanced. Then another example we can see, copper sulfate reacts with NaOH to produce copper hydroxide and sodium sulfate. So here we'll see that sodium hydroxide should be multiplied by 2. So we are multiplying. Why we are multiplying? Here sodium atom is 1 and here it is 2. So in this way we are going to multiply this reactant side sodium by 2 so as to get the balanced equation. Now you see all the other atoms are also balanced. So this is a balanced chemical equation. बच्चों मैं आपको एक बैलेंसिंग का एक और मेथड सिखाना चाहती हूँ. You just look at here. I'm going to change my pen. This is also not quite visible. So what happens when suppose CH4 reacts with oxygen, it produces carbon dioxide and water. So here what you will do, you will put A, B, C and D. Now just concentrate here. What you will do, for carbon atoms you will be making the equations. हम equations बनाएंगे. So you will be writing A equals to, on this side it is C. इधर कार्बन का कितना नंबर है? C. So A is equal to C. Now for hydrogen. Hydrogen के लिए हम इस साइड देखेंगे. यहाँ पर 4 atoms है hydrogen के. We'll be multiplying it with A. So here we'll be putting it as 4A and in this side hydrogen is 2D. Okay, I hope you are getting. For oxygen, I'll be writing here it is 2B. And here you see that oxygen is present in both these substances. So we'll be writing it as 2C plus D. Okay. Now, so I hope these are all the 3 atoms involved. Now what we'll do is, let A is equal to 1. So in this way, since the value of A is equal to C, so C will also become 1. Okay. Now we'll multiply 4 with 1 to get the value of D. So the value of D will be 4 by 2, that is 2. So इस तरह से हमें D की value मिल गई है, C की value मिल गई है. Now we'll be putting the values of C and D in this equation. 2B equals to 2 into 1 plus 2. 2B equals to 2 plus 2. So here the value of 2B comes out to be 4 and the value of B will be 2. After getting all these values, we can just make an equation. CH4 plus O2 gives you CO2 plus H2O. Okay. Now I am going to write the balanced numbers of atoms. So here it is A. What is A? A हमारा 1 था, तो no need to write 1. B कितना था हमारा? 2. So we'll be putting 2 here. Then C की वैल्यू कितनी आई थी हमारी? 1. So no need to write 1 here also. D की वैल्यू हमारी कितनी आई थी? 2. So we'll be putting here 2. So in this way we can get the solved equation. This is another example to solve the equations. So this is how you can balance the equation. Thank you for watching my video. Keep watching it. Bye.